This is News in Brief from Al24 News. Algerian Minister of State, Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Committee Abroad and African Affairs Ahmed Attaf participated in the funeral ceremonies of Pope Francis at St. Peter's Square in Vatican and conveyed the heartfelt condolences of President Abdelmajid Tebboune to the Vatican representatives for such a loss, commending the Pope's human legacy, highlighting his commitment to promoting values of brotherhood, solidarity and coexistence amongst peoples, as well as his dedication to defending the vulnerable and oppressed across the globe. At least 4 people were killed and over 500 injured after a large blast rocked Raja'i port in the southern Iranian city of Bandar Abbas, with a local crisis management official indicating that the incident was caused by the explosion of several containers, while the port customs added that the container yard likely held dangerous goods and chemicals. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that Ukraine's offensive into Russia's Kursk region has completely failed, following a report by Russia's chief army officer saying that Ukrainian forces have been expelled from the last part of the region they held since August 2024. This came in parallel with a brief one-on-one meeting between US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Rome, which a White House official said was very productive. Indian and Pakistani troops exchanged gunfire for a second straight day as tensions escalated between the two nuclear-armed neighbors after an attack on tourists blamed on Pakistani militants killed 26 in Kashmir region. The attack has also triggered a raft of measures taken by both sides, with Pakistan closing its airspace to Indian airlines and India suspending the 1960 Indus Waters Treaty that regulates water sharing from the Indus River and its tributaries. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and US President Donald Trump's Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff held the third round of indirect negotiations in Muscat through Omani mediators, following talks at expert level aimed at drawing up a framework for a potential nuclear deal. Omani Foreign Minister Badr al-Busaidi eventually announced that the talks will continue next week, with another high-level meeting provisionally scheduled for May the 3rd, adding that core principles, objectives and technical concerns were all addressed. This was today's News in Brief from Al24 News.